All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening or good morning, or depending on where you are. I hope you're all doing well. My name is Quentin. We are now officially starting the Songs of Silence DevStream. So hello to all those who are already with us. Hello, Mabushka. Hello, the Mouth of Dog, Racer King, Roche Roquela. So welcome. It's been a month, I think, since our last dev stream. Last one was for the Light Eaters DLC, if I remember correctly. So yeah, really excited to be with you this evening. So tonight we have several things planned. We want to give you a sneak peek of the art book, the digital version, of course. We're basically almost done with it, so I want to show you because it exists. Then give you an update on the roadmap, and then we'll finish off with a multiplayer game. Just a quick info, we have updated the demo. So the demo is now back on Steam. And if you have friends who are curious about it, or anyone you know that was kind of on the fence, now's the time to jump in. So let's start. All right, I will share my screen now and show you the art book. So it's roughly will have about, I think it's 50, 60 pages. We will have a high quality print paper, of course. And in the art book, we really wanted to highlight the art, also show you where we drew our inspiration, some of the early characters, and just give an overview of, the most iconic pieces in the game. So without further ado, let me continue. This is of course, the front cover. And then that's a filler pages. You might, if you notice some slight text floating around, we're still polishing, ironing out a few details, but yeah, so that's then the second page, content overview. And as you can see on the screen, it is also a way for us to show you some of, it's not the characters that we've never shown, but to give you our early references, some of the early works, and what Songs of Silence in a certain sense could have been under certain circumstances, and then how the style evolved. So yeah. So I'm just going to go forward and stop when there's meaningful things. So yeah, the first chapter is obviously dedicated to how we develop the style, and in there you'll be able to read a lot more on some of the early, let's say, drafts that we had. Of course, where we draw our style, we mentioned again something that we mentioned a lot in the past about Alphonse Mucha, Art Nouveau, all these kinds of things. But yeah, so we then show some of the characters that probably you've never seen, but these were, some of the, let's say, early personas and main characters until we decided to lighten and brighten things up. And then we go, of course, a lot into the lore. I'm going to try and pause on every page, don't worry. The lore, the story between the world of light, the world of dark, Sonnen and Erdheim. And deep dive into each of these worlds, the people that inhabit it, the heroes, the units that are tied to each of these worlds. Oops, sorry. And so it's really cool because we took a lot of the art that we had in the game, but also not necessarily in the game. And it was an occasion also for us to, put it in an HD, or rather show it in new ways. For example, this map, the world map, you never really see it as such in the game. You see it because there's frames or there's zoom-ins and things like this, or it's animated, but yeah. And by the way, for those who are Kickstarter supporters, we are working now on developing the cloth map, something we're not forgetting, as well as all the other Kickstarter rewards. So yeah. Yeah, Gen Z haircut, sorry. So there might be a slight lag between the chat and what I'm actually showing, but I am reading you, and I will read on if you have any questions, any comments. I will at some point stop and read and go through all of that. So if you have questions, of course, ask it. I might not have all the answers. I might differ and at some point ask our art director, Chris. But yeah. So continuing with the world of light, so yeah, the different locations, some of the persons who inhabit it. So this here is one of the erudites, the scholars, and then yeah, the different units, the neutrals also, and just a really cool way to showcase the art, and in a way that's really enjoyable. And I'm really looking to having the physical copy. I even ordered it myself. I think I did twice it. So yeah. The Thousand Kingdoms, you know about Lorelei and our nice key arts. But yeah, it's that just to give you some inside info. This piece, it's Chris and I who worked on it quite extensively. I mean, you probably know this for those who follow us since a while, because that was the key art reveal, and we showed how we built it in different phases. So yeah, Chris, the art director, and I built it to cater to both marketing and artistic purposes, and it was really a lot of fun making. Then the heroes, of course, you know Hauser, Freeman, and there's some infos about them. High Lord, the Hierophant. So these are all the different hero classes, and then we have the units, the Hawthorns, the Acolytes of Wrath, the Ironsworn. On the right, that's the Celestial Temple. But yeah, and then we go into Erdheim, the World of Dark. So obviously we're going to see the Firstborn. And yeah, we have some really cool showcases. So on the left, that's a world scar. On the right, this you might not recognize, but it's from the game intro. It's one of the primordials, one of the primordial creatures. So they're not in the game, but they're part of the overall lore. So yeah, that's really cool stuff. And then the world map for the World of Dark. So yeah. Then the different locations, units, the story behind each of the units and each of the factions, the old race. So here we have a card and the different versions that we had. So this was actually one of our this art we used as a key art for quite a bit. If you ever came to Gamescom, we had that one. But yeah. Now we wanted at some point to have something a bit more brighter and also showcase Lorelei, since she's our main character. So yeah, a card, then the old race, the constructor, the Monodica. That's the Monodica on the right, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the constructor Katra, the Triune. Funny, so interesting thing. This hero here on the left. So it's a hero that we built. It was a Kickstarter reward. It was the highest tier, and yeah, we had a lot of fun because that person was very much into astronomy, and yeah, had great ideas for what this character could be. And yeah, we had a lot of fun. Oh wait, no, that's sorry, Uriel the Blizzard. No. Had a lot of interest in like strange creatures, which is why we put this toad with a hammer. So yeah, very esoteric. It was really nice. We had a lot of fun building this hero with him. The Wunderborn, I love this unit, and I love the art of this. It's really lovely. I'm a big Zelda fan. It reminds me of some Zelda creatures. If you mix Zelda and Dark Souls, like yeah. Lord Keeper, Firstborn Warriors, Primordial Temple. So yeah, the art. And then we have, of course, the Crusade. I will go fast forward since I want to get to the multiplayer game quickly, and I have other stuff also to talk about. So yeah, then we go into the Crusade and just showcase the Crusade. The different units. They're really creepy when you go into the details. If you really take your time and watch them, yeah, there's a lot going on. It's really nice to see. Yeah, then, the Light Teachers. So we, of course, have the Silence and the Light Teachers, which came as the fourth faction with the Light Teachers DLC, and they have their own place, their own showcase. So there's Murnau and Ezra here, the Light Teacher, like an ancient Light Teacher, the Gestalts, obviously, and just a lot of information on how they came to be, their origins and things like this. So yeah. And then we get into the cards, which is a big part of the game. Not, again, that we are a deck builder. We are not a deck builder, but cards are the medium through which we use the hero skills, whether it's in battle on the strategy map or to recruit units. And we really wanted to showcase all the different cards we have because each one is really a unique piece of artwork and they're very beautiful. You might notice that we do not have the green versions. We decided to keep the OG battle cards, how they were first released in 1.0. So we only have the cards in red version. So yeah, really highlighting all the different stuff. It's really cool to look at. Could play a bingo with these cards, I guess. And then the recruitment cards, these are also pretty nice. And the thing I really find really cool is we show you some of the early drafts that we had and really how the style evolved. I'm curious to know what you think of the cards on the right versus the cards on the left. Personally, I think the cards on the right are absolutely stunning, but they're a little hard to read, and I find that the current versions of the cards are much easier to understand. And it's important in video games to have clarity. That sometimes art and beauty is, of course, great, but for, let's say, practical purposes, it's also important for your art to be, just easily very readable. And yeah. Also, we have a section we wanted to give a big shout out to the fan art because we did an art contest a long while ago, and we also received on Discord. Join Discord, by the way, if you're new to Songs of Silence. A lot of stuff is happening there, and we receive some artwork on there. Latest one was, I think, 2 weeks ago. It was this Acolytes of Wrath drawing, and when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, we have to put this in the art book. So yeah, and on the left, the big piece, it was the winner of the art contest, Kokshen, and part of it was being highlighted in our art book once it would be out. So I don't know, Kokshen, if you're watching or if you will watch the stream later on, but here is your piece of art, and it will be printed fairly soon enough. And yeah, then some more artworks, and there we go. That's pretty much it. That's the art book. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. So just to give you some visibility on what's going to happen next. There we go. So the digital art book, once it's done, we will upload it to the digital goodies. We promised that it would be there. I will also rehaul completely the digital goodies DLC on Steam and on GOG, so that it's more obvious that there is the art book in there, and I think it will add a lot of value for all those who've purchased it. So stay tuned. And yeah, is there anything I'm missing? No, early drafts, Art Nouveau contest, yeah. So then moving on to the next thing before we get into the multiplayer stream, it's some infos on the roadmap, because we've just published a roadmap update. So I want to take a few moments to run you through it and explain to you why we're going and doing this. So there are two updates in preparation, update 1.3 and update 1.4. Update 1.3, as I mentioned in the Steam news, will be coming mid-April. Right now, our priorities, we have two priorities. First one is the clarity of information. It's been something that was brought up already in the player survey during the winter holidays, and that we're actively working on, increasing the level of clarity on what's happening with the perks, the effects on the units, and being able to understand and visualize this. So this is our top priority. And this is what will come in update 1.3, the tooltip rework, which means in the army inspect screen, if you hover over a unit, you will be able to see for each unit the power, attack power, and the defense power, and all the modifiers, whether it's perks or effects, for example, strategy card applied, that is influencing or altering this power. So very important, I think, to have the clarity of information. Of course, content, a new scenario. We have a big scenario in preparation. I think you can understand from the roadmap what it will be about. And we're really looking forward to yeah, showing it to you and putting it out. There will be a closed beta, not this weekend, the next weekend. So if you've already jumped in the betas in the past, you'll be able to enjoy the scenario, give us feedback. We'll make necessary tweaks if needed. But yeah. And then we have the skirmish difficulty fate. We are very close to finishing the balancing finally. And the idea is that there will be a fate to make things a little easier, and of course a fate to make things harder, to make the AI harder. I will probably dive into how it works in a later stream because there's a lot of different mechanics involved that making this work. So yeah, I'm maybe not going to talk about it now. Want to jump into the multiplayer stream in not too long. And then update 1.4 will be, I say Q2, Q3, because it might be May, it might be June. It depends on how fast we're progressing and things are going. But of course, we want to add always more scenarios. Still, the clarity of information we will be building in the Army inspect screen, directly this window that allows you to, from bird's eye view, visualize potentially how a perk from the hero applies to all the different units. So it's not anymore about individual unique perks or unique power modifiers, but it's about the perks and effects that affect the whole army, to see really where there's overlapping effects, and just to better understand the synergies between the heroes and units and optimize your army compositions. We think that will help tremendously. And then we have another thing that's planned, but right now we're not sure when we will be able to address this, is being able to compare two armies. It's something that has been mentioned previously in early access, and we really hope that, to be able to do this and that it will make things even clearer for everyone. Okay, if you have any questions, now's the time. I will stop for a second and just simply go through the chat, see if there's anything that I've been answering that needs answering. So just give me a few minutes. I hope that the sound is okay now and that the video is stable. Please let me know if it's not. There's not much I can do. I've lowered the bit rate of the video so that it's less heavy, but yeah. So going down the chat, okay, I see a lot of praise for the art book. Perfect. The art is fantastic. Yep, I agree. Never understood why bulls, but it's awesome. Yeah, I mean, we could have put horses, but we thought that it was original. And I mean, in a certain sense, you know, farmers had cows and bulls, and if we imagine in this medieval setting that where horses aren't necessarily there, we thought battle bulls are really cool. And yeah, again, it's a fantasy setting game, so it's original, and there's some really cool, whether you're playing, I don't know if you have the Iron Sworn. My favorite bulls are the Rage Sworn, actually. Like, they're really nasty in combat, so yeah. Okay, the frog. Where is all memes? Ah, the memes. Yeah, no. It's just, so we thought about adding memes in the art book, but to be honest, it just didn't fit. Like, when you open art books from games, usually you don't necessarily have memes. And also, from a very, let's say, boring standpoint, you never know what issues you can have legally speaking. So we just stick to our art and stuff that we know we've had sign off from people. So yeah.